All right, today we are diving deep into a true legend in the gaming world, the SteelSeries QcK Heavy. We're going to break down everything you need to know to figure out if this is the final piece of the puzzle for your setup. Let's get right into it.
Oh, we have all been there. You've got the perfect headshot lined up, you click, and somehow the shot just sails right past them. You probably blame your mouse, maybe your internet connection, or you just chalk it up to a bad day. But what if the real problem is sitting right there under your hand? See, a mousepad isn't just some mat for your mouse. It is a critical piece of your performance gear.
So let's meet the contender itself. The SteelSeries QcK Heavy has been a staple for gamers for, well, a really long time, and we're about to find out exactly why. And you can see right away there's no flashy RGB or crazy graphics here. The design is super minimalist, and that's on purpose. It's all about focusing on one single thing, creating a perfectly consistent, high-performance surface for your mouse. Now, let that sink in for a second. For almost 2 decades, professional players, people whose entire careers depend on pixel-perfect precision, have been relying on this exact surface. That's not just some marketing slogan. That's a serious testament to its reliability. And this is what puts the heavy in QcK Heavy. We're talking 6 millimeters of thickness. That is way thicker than your average mousepad. This extra depth gives you a really nice cushion for your wrist. But, more importantly, it creates this incredibly stable base that just won't budge. It can even smooth out an uneven or kind of wobbly desk.
And hey, it's not just the pros who love it. Just look at these numbers from Amazon. Out of more than 100,000 ratings, a massive 94% of people gave it either 4 or 5 stars. You just don't see that kind of agreement very often, and it really speaks volumes.
Okay, so we know it's popular, we get it, but how does it actually perform when you're in the middle of a clutch situation? Let's talk about the real-world feel. First things first, you have to understand what this thing is. The QcK Heavy is what's known as a control pad. This is totally intentional. It's not designed to be the fastest, slickest surface out there. Nope. It's built to have more friction, which gives you way more control over those tiny, precise mouse movements.
But, and this is a big but, that high level of control comes with a trade-off. The same friction that lets you make those tiny micro-adjustments also means it has a little less stopping power. So when you make a big, fast, sweeping motion, it takes just a little more oomph to bring your mouse to a dead stop.
And hey, that's not just a theory. A review from Consumer Tech Review described it perfectly. They said that when they were making those super fast flick shots, that lower stopping power sometimes caused them to go just past the target, forcing a quick correction.
But here's the other side of that same coin. For players who are all about tracking targets or making really deliberate, precise shots, like holding a tight angle in Valorant or lining up that perfect sniper shot, that high control is an absolute game changer. This is where this pad really truly shines.
I mean, all that surface control would be totally useless if the pad itself was sliding all over your desk, right? Well, with its thickness and that grippy, non-slip base, this thing is locked in place. It doesn't matter how crazy the action gets, it provides a rock-solid foundation.
All right, let's be real. No product is perfect for everyone. So let's lay it all out there with a clear, honest scorecard so you can see the whole picture. Let's weigh this out. On the buy it now side, you've got that extra thick, super stable design, a fantastic high control surface, it's durable, and it's pretty affordable. But on the maybe avoid side, you have to consider that lower stopping power, the fact that there are no stitched edges, it might take a little time to flatten out of the box, and you might overshoot those fast flick shots. So, with all of that on the table, we get to the single most important question. Is this the right mousepad for you and the way you play? First up, let's talk about space. One of the best things about the QcK Heavy is that it is definitely not a one-size-fits-all product. You've got options, so you can find one that perfectly matches your desk setup and your aim style.
Seat and grab it in a medium, a large, and a giant XXL that covers most of your desk. Now, one key thing to notice here. The XXL version is actually a little thinner at 4 millimeters. The medium and large both have that signature 6 millimeter thickness we were talking about. So who should be smashing that Add to Cart button right now? Well, this is a dream for tactical FPS players, think CSGO or Valorant, who need that pinpoint precision. It's also amazing for anyone who plays on a low mouse DPI, making big arm movements to aim. And hey, if your desk isn't perfectly level or you just want a durable, no-frills control surface, this is your guy.
On the flip side, who should maybe pause and look at something else? If you mainly play super fast-paced arena shooters where it's all about flick shots, that low stopping power might actually drive you crazy. Also, if you absolutely need stitched edges for maximum longevity, or you want a pad that lies perfectly flat the second it comes out of the box, this might not be the best choice for you.
So in the end, the whole decision really just boils down to this one question. Are you willing to trade a little bit of raw speed for ultimate, undeniable control? If the answer is yes, then the SteelSeries QcK Heavy isn't just a good mousepad for you, it might just be the perfect one.